And of course, we're continuing to watch the areas hardest hit by these high waters.
Yeah, one of those specific areas is the San Jacinto River near FM 1485, which is under a mandatory evacuation order this morning. We want to go back out to that area. That's where we find our TJ Parker. He's in the Idlewood subdivision along FM 1485. TJ, what can you tell us about conditions out there? It doesn't look good.
Yeah, now that the sun is coming up, guys, we're getting a better sense of just how bad the flooding is here along 1485. This is 1485 at the San Jacinto River. We're just south of the Grand Parkway. You can see the water is over the road. This road is completely submerged. Also want to give you a perspective of just how high this water is. You see that vehicle, the water is up to the wheels there. Now, this is the Idlewild neighborhood. We have been here several times. On Wednesday, we were here, and it is completely different than from what we saw then. I mean, this neighborhood is now basically underwater, as you can see here. You take a look at that mailbox. I mean, it's just incredible to see the difference in just a few days, how quickly this water rises. People we talked with who live here remember the area flooded back in January, but again, county leaders say this flood is much worse. County officials are also saying the threat is ongoing and it's only going to get worse because this is not your typical river flood, they say. So the most people at risk are those from here along 1485 all the way down to Lake Houston, and people who live in this area, understandably so, are under a mandatory evacuation order. And for people who didn't leave, some had to be rescued. Take a look at this water rescue that happened in Huffman. We know altogether over the past few days, dozens of people have had to be rescued. And for people who live in these areas, it's been a long few days for them. We caught up with some of them yesterday. Take a listen.
It was hard to leave. I mean, but when it comes up, and it's a matter of minutes where you don't have an opportunity to get out. You got to wait for somebody to come get you.
All right, so back out here live, it's hard to imagine that anybody stayed behind in this neighborhood, and if they did, Judge Lena Hidalgo says that if you stayed behind and did not heed those evacuation orders, it could be days before you could see any type of assistance. Of course, that's because they don't want to risk the lives of those first responders either. You saw in that video, though, they have been doing some water rescues, but again, Lena Hidalgo saying that it could be 2 to 3 days if you do stay behind to be seeing any type of assistance. Guys, we're going to continue to stay out here and monitor the conditions as the river continues to rise along the San Jacinto. Reporting live this morning, I'm TJ Parker, KPRC 2 News.
That sun's coming up does just paint the picture of how serious that situation is. TJ, thank you. Meanwhile, our Bryce Newberry got stuck in the River Plantation neighborhood in Conroe while reporting Thursday night. Hundreds of homeowners were urged to evacuate there. Thankfully, with the help from the Caney Creek Fire and Rescue, as well as Montgomery County Precinct 2 Constable's Office, Bryce and our KPRC2 photojournalist, Doug Burgess, they were able to safely get out. This is a photo of them in that high water rescue vehicle. They were in there with several residents, and Bryce has the story on this.
These first responders have been relentless, going into these deep floodwaters to check on people in their homes, even rescuing and pulling them from their homes, and to check on cats.
Help yourself and get out.
Water rescue, Robert E. Lee.
Well, now we gotta go back out.
For the last 2 days and even mid-interview, Lieutenant Anthony Christ and his team from the Caney Creek Fire Department have not stopped.
Haven't really seen much dryness.
Using a swiftwater rescue boat, the fire crews have been saving people and pets in the River Plantation neighborhood, seen inundated with water in this drone video since the San Jacinto River swelled.
We've been fighting this current all night, especially going into the night where we can't really see. When we're on this boat, we have zero lighting.
Returning from a rescue with a couple and their dog Fufu, the first responders running on adrenaline to save lives. They're actually going to be getting a high water rescue vehicle over here to help us, as well as some of the other people who really this water just closed in around on tonight. Thursday night in this same neighborhood, quickly rising floodwaters forced photojournalist Doug Burgess and I to abandon our news truck and call for help.
High over there, high over there, and shut down over there.
With all roads out blocked, Lieutenant Christ's team found us in a high water rescue vehicle, helping us and neighbors, their kids and pets to safety.
This is so stressful. This is beyond stressful, and we just moved in.
Loaded in the back, Erica Gines made it out just in time with her kids and dogs as water filled their home.
Once it started coming up to the door, about like an hour ago, that's when I started worrying.
The 30-minute ride through waist-deep water, estimated to have risen a foot throughout the rescue operation, with everyone's important belongings in tow, ending on higher, drier ground, met by more first responders.
It's kind of, you don't really know what to do until you're in this situation, and it's right now I'm just kind of exhausted.
We've had upwards of 150 plus rescues.
Montgomery County Judge Mark Keogh surveyed the devastation Friday, calling it unbelievable.
Everybody needs to pay attention to what they're doing. And what's remarkable is how fast it happened.
Things can change really fast.
Christ encourages flood-prone homeowners to get out before it's too late. He hasn't slept since 7 a.m. Thursday, now looking forward to some well-earned rest.
Sleep is a con, but getting out and helping people, that's just what we do.
We, of course, are so grateful for Lieutenant Christ and his team getting us to safety. And I spoke with the fire chief here, who says that his team is full of loyal and dedicated people. We can certainly attest to that. During this weekend, County Judge Mark Keogh says the flooding is expected to continue. So if you see one of those barriers blocking a road, do not drive around it. That is to protect yourself. Reporting in Conroe, I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
Of course, we want to thank all of those heroes out there who are making these rescues happen. Of course, they're putting their lives in danger as well. But we can't be everywhere at once, so that's where you come in. KPRC2 viewers have sent us in pictures and videos, including this one, on Click2 pins with what the weather was like in their area yesterday. This is hail dropping down in the Humble area. It's a lot, and it gets a little large at times, so of course, be careful.